Hello guys, welcome to the part 4 of this tutorial series. Now in this tutorial we are going to talk about the data types in Python. There are many data types actually in Python. Now out of those I'm going to talk about only 4 data types today in this tutorial, which we frequently might encounter when we are trying to perform day-to-day tasks, scripting tasks using Python. So these 4 data types that I'm going to talk about today are integers, floats, strings and boolean. So when it comes to integers, now integers are actually whole numbers which can be either negative or positive, like 1, 2, 3, minus 10, minus 50. As you can see over here, many numbers that we normally use for day-to-day tasks can be categorized into this integer class. So the second data type that we are going to discuss today is floating point data type, which is also known as floats. Floating point numbers or floats are basically numbers which has a decimal point in them. Now just keep in mind that you don't necessarily have to have a number following the decimal point to have a floating point value. Now for example in Python, both 1.0 and 1 point is actually considered as a float. Now as you can see over here, if I go to the previous example, you can see that over here I have categorized 1 as an integer, but when it comes to the floats or floating point values, I'm categorizing 1.0 as a floating point value. Now to a human, both of these values are actually same, but the way these numbers are handled in a computer is actually quite different. So that's why it belongs to 2 different data types or 2 different classes. We're going to talk about these in detail in the upcoming tutorials as well. Alright, so let's move on to the third data type, which is strings. Now strings are an arrangement of one or multiple characters. Now for example, you can say that if you're trying to write someone's name or someone's address, or maybe a name or multiple names of cities, or even an entire paragraph, actually all of these things can be categorized as strings. As you can see over here in the examples, you can say that there's a name called Joe, and there's a name of a university called the University of Cambridge. There's a name of a city called Tokyo, Japan. So all of these things have been represented by a combination or a collection of or a sequence of characters, which in Python is categorized as strings. Alright, so let's go to the final data type that we are going to talk about today, which is the Boolean data type. Now even if you were completely new to Python, I assume that there's a good chance that you might have seen the above 3 data types in your regular day-to-day life. Now when we come to Boolean data type, now Boolean can actually have only 2 types of values, either true or false. Now if you want to think of some examples where Boolean data type would fit in, think about you switching a light on or off. Because in that example, there can only be 2 outcomes, isn't it? Either the switch is on or it's off. So you can attribute the switch being on as true or the switch being off as false. Now, similarly, think that you are flipping a coin. Now there can be 2 possible outcomes, either heads or tails. So similar to what we did in the previous example, we can say that, or we can attribute a Boolean value of true to the case where we get heads, and a Boolean value of false for the case where we get tails. Alright, so now let's open up our good old Python shell and do some demonstrations of these data types. Alright, so we have opened up the idle IDE in which we can get the Python shell, which looks like this. Now let's get started with integers. As we said before, integers are just whole numbers, negative or positive it may be, such as you can say that 1, and if you press enter, you can see that Python recognizes that as an integer, and it can be numbers like 4, 5, even minus 10 or negative 25. So all of these are actually integers. Now in Python there is actually a quick way to check the type of the data that you're working with. Now for example, you can say type, and if you say negative 25, you can see that it's actually giving you the data type which is int, which stands for integer basically. So similarly, if you say you want the type of 1, you can say that it's showing that the type is int. Alright, now let's go to the floating point values. So as we discussed, floating point values can be something like 1.0 or 1 point or 2.5 or negative 30.556. All of these values actually belong to the category of floating point data types. And again, if you would like to have a look at the type, if I say negative 20.556, you can say that it's showing the data type as float. Alright, now in Python, when it comes to strings, you have to use either single quotes or double quotes. Now just keep in mind that the quotes are not actually a part of the string. It only gives, or it only symbolizes the fact to Python that what I'm passing here is just a string. So it can be something like this. You can see that when I write this, I used double quotes. And if I press enter, you can see that Python actually recognizes that. But you can also use single quotes to write the same thing. For example, I can say, and now I'm using single quotes, and when I press enter, you can see that it recognizes that as well. So you can basically write multiple combinations of characters like this, similar to the example which I demonstrated to you guys before. For example, you can just write like this, and when you press enter, you can see that Python recognizes that. Now again, we can check the type. If we say and you can see that the type has been recognized to be str, which actually stands for string. Alright, so now let's move on to the next data type, which is boolean. Now boolean data types are actually straightforward. It can either be true or false. Now as you can see over here, when I type true or if I type false, you can see that in both the cases Python immediately recognizes the character that it belongs to a very familiar data type for Python, which is boolean, which is actually indicated by the Python shell coloring it for us with a different color. In this case, it has been colored in orange. Now if I press enter, you can see that Python recognizes that. Now I can check the type of false, and you can see that the type is indicated as bool, which basically a representation for the word boolean. So I guess you got an idea about the very basic data types that we are actually going to use for day-to-day scripting tasks in Python. Now just keep in mind that there are actually much more data types than these four in Python, but as beginners, for the content that we are going to cover throughout this Introduction to Python for Absolute Beginners course, these four data types will actually be sufficient enough to do quite a lot of work. So that's it for this tutorial. I'll see you guys in the next one.